Excuse me, ma'am. Imong mask puede isaka?
Hello friends! Welcome back to another episode of Nosh and Oh My Gosh. And you might be wondering why I'm feeling a little tropical today with my outfit. It's because we're gonna talk about the Philippines. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 differences that I noticed that the Philippines does COVID safety-wise from America. I don't know if you've seen my first vlog, my very first vlog about me going on a pandemic trip to the Philippines, but I noticed a huge difference in how America and the Philippines does their COVID safety. So let's begin. Number 1, border entry. At the time of my trip in December 2020, only Filipino citizens and Filipino residents were allowed to get into the Philippines. Good thing that when I called the Philippine consulate, they said that I can use my expired childhood passport that proved that I used to be Filipino. But when I got to the airport, there was a question if that was even enough now. But if you saw my first vlog, you would see that I was able to get through, but they made me sweat. And then before you even go to the airport in America, you need to have had booked your COVID test, which will be done in the Philippines, your COVID hotel reservations, and these COVID hotels need to be government approved. There's a whole list that I was able to choose from, and you needed to have 2 nights of reservation. That way you could wait for your COVID test to hopefully be negative. And then when you get to the Philippines, they ask you for your health declaration form, proof of your COVID test reservation, proof of your COVID hotel reservation, your passport, your Filipino passport, or anything proof of being a Filipino and that you have every right to come to the country, and your customs and immigration form. And then you do your COVID test. And then you're finally able to get your luggage and wait for the COVID hotel shuttle to shuttle you to your COVID hotel. But that was in December 2020. As of March 2021, the directives have changed, and I think they're a little bit more relaxed on who gets to come into the country. So I would say definitely check with the Philippine consulate before you plan your trip. But in terms of COVID tests, they are now requiring that you book a 7-night stay at the COVID hotel, because they don't test you at the airport anymore. They test you at your COVID hotel on the 5th day from your arrival, because apparently they've noticed that people who tested negative on the day of arrival become positive and symptomatic and spread the plague to the Philippines. So that's the new directive. But definitely check with your airlines, the airport like NAIA or Mactan in my case, as to the new directives, and call the Philippine consulate as well while you're at it, just so you're super sure, because they keep changing directives. In America, they literally asked me to fill out this health declaration form in the airplane, but when I got off the airplane, all they asked for was for my passport. And they said, "Welcome to America. Welcome home." As if it was 2019. Okay. Number 2. Face shields and face masks. In the Philippines, face masks are a requirement even outside. And most indoor places like malls or offices, you need to wear the face shield on top of your face mask. But most people just rock the face shield and face mask look even outside. And since I was too scared to put my contacts on and touch my eyes and get COVID that way, I was rocking my eyeglasses, my face shield, and my face mask. Triple protection, I guess. In America, it's a face shield or face mask situation. Most people thankfully opt for the face mask because I feel like the face shield, let me show you. If I sneeze through this thing, wouldn't it just come out this way and this way? And you may walk freely outside without a mask, and some gyms even allow you to take your mask off once you're inside and working out. Number 3, health checks and health stations. In every establishment like parks, business buildings, restaurants, you will find a security guard at the entrance taking your temperature, asking you to sanitize, and even have you sanitize your shoes. Yes, they have sanitizing mats where you step on it. Even my grandma's house has it. Sanitizer stations are also spread across every area that you could literally sanitize your hands every 5 minutes if you want to. The mall temperatures are also kept at a balmy 79 degrees. It was feeling very tropical in there, but they said it's to help make the COVID virus not be so aerosolized, so it drops to the floor quickly with the humidity. Science. And the COVID hotel that I stayed at, they were pretty serious, which was By Hotel. And they have this COVID tunnel that you walk through, or UV tunnel that you walk through, where they sanitize you. And they also have a UV tunnel for your stuff. It's kind of like the x-ray for your stuff at the airport. But I believe there's the UV light in there too to sanitize your belongings. That way you're not infecting the whole hotel. In America, I've only ever experienced temperature checks in offices, doctor's offices, and this one butcher that I go to, which is in the West Loop, they do your temperature checks and require you to sanitize your hands before you go into the butcher place, which I think was pretty nice. But other than that, you can't really find sanitizing station anywhere, or hardly anywhere, so I just bring my own. Number 4. One meter apart, please.
That's a lot better.
Safety officers. Literally, I was at a bank with my mom, and we've been sharing a hotel room for days. And this security officer told us not to sit together, to sit 1 meter apart. And I didn't really get it right away, so I was just like, oh, it's fine, I'll have her sit and I'll just stand. No, they made me sit down too, because I guess they don't want me standing around, walking around, spreading my COVID germs if I had it. Can't argue with being too safe. In America, number 5.
Excuse me, ma'am. Imong mask puede isaka.
Sorry.
Salamat.
No Karens. My mom was really big on telling people to put their mask on, or put their mask on properly, like over your mouth and your nose. And as you can see, my face is still intact and no one has beat me or my mom to death by asking them to put their mask on properly. So I've actually spoken to people in the Philippines that don't really believe that COVID exists, but they still put their mask on. I think it also helps that I heard you get a $100 fine if you're caught without one, or caught not following rules. In America,
Excuse me, can you please put on your mask?
and there you have it. The 5 COVID safety things that the Philippines does better, differently than America. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below, or feel free to DM me as well if you have any questions about the Philippines or life here in Chicago or anything in between. Please don't forget to hit that like button and give that subscribe button a little boop. And I will see you next week. Bye! Thanks for watching.